I'm here with my grandmother, Jean Bush, who is my maternal grandmother, and I'm here with my niece, Samantha, my sister Chris's daughter, and we're talking to my grandmother about the Great Depression of the 1930s. We are here in Santa Cruz County, California, in the town of Aptos for a family reunion on the weekend of October 2nd, 3rd, and 4th of 2009, and we've been all having a great time together. Tonight I'm thinking about that we've been with family and
yes, we have.
enjoying each other's company and ate this delicious meal that one of our favorites, which is barbecued hamburgers, and enjoyed that so much. Tell us about your dinner table at home in the Rock House during the Depression.
I'm very glad to have you ask me that. First of all, you know what? We were all very slim. There wasn't a problem whatsoever with being too heavy. There was no word called snack because you didn't have the money to spend on that. The food was incredibly simple. Our meat was chicken because my dad could grow them. And as a result, being the little caretaker of chicken, I have never, ever liked chicken since then. The chicken was the main meat. My mom was a health nut because we were raised in Southern California where there are lots of different kinds of ideas about what is good for your health. And in our case, it was vegetables and fruit, major. And so we were raised on that. I would be thrilled because once a week we would have rice or we would have wheat for dinner, and which is a cereal. I loved that because we got to put brown sugar on it, and it was a treat. So our food was simple, but if you're blessed to get a mom that knows how to cook, her desserts were wonderful.
What desserts did she make?
Meringue pie was my dad's favorite, lemon meringue pie. And if you can believe this, we never got to eat that pie, the children. It was my dad's pie, and it was too sweet, it was too sugary, and we watched him eat it, we just said, and then we would have a cookie or whatever it was we were going to have. There was certainly no dessert after every meal.
What was your favorite dessert that Grandma Lake made that you could eat as kids?
What we could eat as kids was pudding. I loved bread pudding. It was a real treat. Another dessert was applesauce. We had an apple tree. And so, and to this day, it's one of my very favorite foods. So the food was very, very simple. My mother brought raw milk our whole lives. And we would put it on cereal in the morning, period. We could not afford to pour that much milk into the glasses for dinner ever, so we never did. We had water for dinner.
You ate a lot of chicken and vegetables.
And fruit.
And fruit for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
How did Grandma Lake prepare the chicken?
Well, I'll tell you that my mom was raised in Texas, and there is nothing like Texas fried chicken. Mm-hmm. And even though she was anti-frying stuff, my dad from Virginia, it's not going to be chicken if it is not fried. They can really cook in the South.
And were the vegetables that went with the chicken for dinner, were the vegetables from your home garden?
Yes, and my favorite was always green beans. Always. My favorite meal when I was a kid growing up, a baked potato, green beans, and applesauce. We had a persimmon tree, and that was, persimmon pudding was absolutely like something you have to taste to understand how beautiful and delicious it is. And that was one of our hugest treats during the holidays. My mother canned all year long the stuff that was growing in our garden. She canned it, put it in the cellar. My parents made root beer. It was in the cellar. And of course and my parents always did their own ice cream, homemade ice cream, and that was way up at the top of what was fabulous because we had the eggs with the chickens and we could have beautiful ice cream.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens, bright copper kettles and warm woolen mittens, brown paper packages tied up with strings, These are a few of my favorite things. Cream-colored ponies and crisp apple strudel, doorbells and sleigh bells and schnitzel with noodle, wild geese that fly with the moon on their wings. These are a few of my favorite things. Girls in white dresses with blue satin sashes, snowflakes that stay on my nose and eyelashes, warm winter evenings that melt into springs. These are a few of my favorite things. When the dog bites, when the bee stings, when I'm feeling